I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show. What's good, everybody? We're just gonna chop it up, man, about a few topics, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hit 'em up is in the building. Salute, 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 salute. Everybody watching us on YouTube. Salute everybody watching us on X. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute. Yeah, man. So I got a few topics, man. Just want to chop it up about, man. I want to talk a bit about adjustments, potential trades. I don't know if we need a trade, right? But it's that season, so we'll talk about that. I don't know if we need a major. I don't think we need a major overhaul of anything. I'd love to keep everybody on the roster intact. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Salute you. The rotations, I do think we probably need to have some discussion. Andios is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Hey, so hit him up. I saw Landry Shamet yesterday in the G League game yesterday. I saw pieces of it, man. He looks ready compared to the G League. I saw him. I saw him and Dottier. I saw Dottier with the handles. Okay, Dottier with the handles. I ain't gonna lie. I want to, you know what? Let's talk about the stuff we saw in the G League last night. Just really quickly. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we saw in the G League last night. Tyler Kolek. I think we have to have the Tyler Kolek conversation, everybody. Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek is a ways away, everybody. I watched Tyler Kolek last night. Tyler Kolek gives me the vibe that he is there, but he's not there. Tyler Kolek gives me the vibe that he's there, but he's not there. Kind of like, I don't know what to call it, because last night I felt like as if he could have done more and he didn't, or he couldn't. And I don't know if that's because Moses Brown was back and everybody was trying to figure out how to play with Moses Brown being back. He looked out of sorts last night. I know that's going to happen for young players. Tyler Kolek, man. Ribby is in the building. Salute. Ribs, what's good? I know Tyler Kolek is a young player, and so I'm not down on Tyler Kolek. I guess where I am though is I think we may need to see more from Kolek. I would suggest to my Knicks fans, and when I say this, I'm not saying this as a hater. I'm saying this as a lover, right? I'm not saying this as a hater. I'm saying this as an absolute lover, right? I'm saying this as an absolute lover of Tyler Kolek. I would put Tyler Kolek in the G League and leave him there. I would put Tyler Kolek in the G League and leave him there, and I would put Pankam Dadier in the G League and leave him there at least for a while. At least for a little while to get their confidence all the way up. I watched both play last night. Thank you to IKBM Dre for reminding me about the G League channel on YouTube. So that's where I saw it at. I saw the game on and I would advise, and as a matter of fact, maybe we can do that together. Maybe we can do that on Playback TV. Maybe we could start doing the G League games on Playback TV. We can watch them together. Right? Maybe that's something we can do together. That way we can all be, you know what I'm saying, we can be on the same page. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Yo, I slept today, man. Last night, man, I'm gonna share a little bit, everybody, but then I'm not gonna share. I'm gonna share and not share, if you feel me. Last night, I was all ready to. I'll show you what I had queued up last night for last night's show. I'm gonna show you what I had queued up for last night's show, and so I'm gonna put that on the screen. So I was all ready to talk about this. And this last night. I was all ready to talk about these two things, right? Like, I was all ready to talk about how Cat might be the best center in the NBA. And I was all ready to talk about if we're going to trade, make the right trade, right? If we're going to trade, make the right trade. Don't go crazy. So I had something queued up for us, you know what I'm saying, to talk about last night. Like, if we're going to trade, don't go crazy, right? With it, like let's not go bonkers in the trade machine, right? Let's not get all super. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see it, right? So if we do look to make some type of trade, oh shoot, my bad, everybody. If we do look to make a trade, let's not trade away the future. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm thinking if we're gonna do something, just do a little something, like Maxwell, a little something, not go crazy. Right. This is what along the lines of what I was thinking. Like let's not think about trading for Brandon Ingram. Let's do a little something. Let's go get us a cheap big man. Maybe we could get Burks and Love from Miami at the same time in some type of trade. Salute to Fritz House Center. This is what I was thinking last night. But I ate something yesterday and it had my stomach having me in a place where I couldn't make it. Let me put it literally and figuratively. Like, my stomach had me in a place where I could barely make it. so there's that part to it, right? That's that part to it. So to this morning's show, what I wanted to talk about was this. Where is it? Where I had it? So this morning show, I wanted to talk about some stuff that I had in my mind already that I wanted to share with you. I just want to engage in a conversation. I wanted to talk about this. What adjustments need to be made to the rotation scheme and strategies? This is what I wanted to talk about this morning. But I slept and slept and slept and slept and slept. And when I woke up, I drank some water and slept. Right. So what I'll do here, I'm gonna invite all the guys up because I know I know there are a few of us that excuse me. I'm gonna put the link in the chat to our familiar folks in case they want to jump on. If you can't, that's fine. You know, gotta always have the open invite. Michael Dollar's in the building. What's good, Mike? Yeah, man, I was messed up last night, and so I had to recover this morning. And I don't know what it was, man. I think it was how bad my Bears looked on national TV that messed my stomach up. My Bears looked so bad on national TV last night that it messed my stomach. Or it could have been me watching Jacob Toppin in the G League shoot threes. It could have been me watching Jacob Toppin shoot threes in the G League. And I'm like, yo, why you even here? Cardiac Knicks is in the building. Salute. It could have been what may have soured my stomach was watching Jacob Toppin for three. Salute to Salute to Jacob Toppin, man. It's jokes, man. It's jokes, right? Jacob Toppin, don't be trying to walk up on me when you see me, bro. Don't be trying to walk up when you see me, man. Fritz Alcindor.
Hey, what's up, Freeze?
Is in the building. Salute, man.
Hey, salute.
Yeah, man. So I have a few thoughts on my mind, and generally, like when I really get in my bag, I'll write something down. But when I'm not in my bag, I don't write it down. I leave it in a mental Rolodex so that I can stew. If that's a good word. It's probably not a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so when thinking about how we can make this very good team into a very great team, because this is a very good basketball team, man. I ain't gonna front. This is a very, very good basketball team. I think Knicks fans want it to be a great team, though. Phenomenal.
They want to be perfect. They want perfect team.
Yeah, and keeping it real, I'm in that group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that group that wants this team with this very loaded roster to be great. How often do you get teams? How often do teams great? Not really often, bro. It's one of them things you don't really see teams be. You don't see great teams often. A la Wise is in the building. Salute. I think there are a few things that can be a few minor things that can be done to make this team into a all-time great Knicks team of this century. I think a few tweaks can make this the best team of the 21st century. Right?
Okay.
Right. And to everybody, listen to what I'm saying, everybody. What I'm saying is the greatest Knicks team of this century. Right? And it sounds like, oh my God, he's talking about of all times. Nah, just 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I'd like to see is the players in the rotation play less minutes.
You talking to the team, or you talking to the coach?
And I'm talking to both. I'm talking to whoever's listening, whoever has ears.
Because
If you have ears, I'm talking to you.
we would like it. I even think now they have the ability to do that, and they're not doing it.
Right.
The ability has been there since. The ability has been there.
Especially since Precious is back.
Yeah.
So what that means to me is, of course, there are going to be some nights where you're going to see Precious and Jericho Sims playing together. There are some fans of Precious. I mean, there are some fans of Jericho, and then there are not some fans of Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I am in both camps. I'm a fan of Jericho, the individual. I am not a fan of Jericho at times with his play at times. Nobody's perfect, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What I would love to see I think the difference between Jericho Sims and a starting level NBA center are these. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jericho Sims, I think the difference between Jericho Sims and the 30th rated NBA center in the NBA are hands. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's stopping Jericho Sims from being, and when I say a starting NBA center, I'm not talking about Jokic level. I'm not talking about Cat level, right? I'm talking about from him having a starting job. Our
Mm-hmm.
hands. The coordination is there at times. The athletic ability is there. The strength is there. The hustle is there. The only difference is hands.
Mm-hmm.
With Jericho, like how many fumbled, tipped, rebound attempts do you see from Jericho? And then how many snatch rebounds out of the air you see from Cat?
Mm-hmm.
Salute to the son of the legend, Kerry Cox is in the building. That's my peoples right there, Kerry Cox. Kerry Cox is my people, man. That's our guy right there. Salute to Kerry Cox. Cox, think about what I'm Kerry Cox. Think about what I'm saying. In rebounding, in contested rebounding situations, you see Karl Anthony Towns swoop in and grab rebounds, and the only contest is people are poking at the rebound after he gets it, right? And people will be reaching in there trying to swipe the ball away. When Jericho Sims is in a game, there's swat, tap, swat, fumble, tap, swat, ball go out of bounds, and you're like, damn.
Jericho Sims maybe be the best volleyball player ever, but basketball, them hands ain't made for basketball, made for volleyball.
Yeah, and so with that said, all you have to Jericho just need to get on the jugs machine, bro. Just the jugs machine. I don't know if basketball players do that because you don't want to dislocate fingers and all that stuff. but some type of just hands, bro. Hands. Like the difference between Ben Wallace's offense and Dwight Howard's offense is hands.
Mm-hmm.
Hands. He can
Control.
catch that post-entry pass real soft
Mm-hmm.
and hold that ball like a dove, but real strong at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I think with Jericho. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Precious. What's stopping Precious from being a starting power forward in the league? Touch at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
Touch at the rim. That's all Precious is missing. Touch. Now, understanding these things, some of these things can get fixed. Some of them won't. Right? Jericho Sims may not develop hands. Right? He may not develop it. Precious may not develop touch at the rim. And I mean consistent touch. I'm talking about consistent touch, right? Like everybody, when in an empty gym scenario, nobody on you, nobody bumping you, you could still, even me and Fritz Alcindor can score underneath the rim when nobody banging up against us, right? Nobody jumping up and down on pump fakes and all of that stuff. I'm talking about like bodies on you, you getting bumped, you tired already, maybe your legs are worn out. You know what I'm saying? Can you go up and use your right hand, use your left hand? Can you do like certain things? I think that's what Precious is missing. If Precious had touch around the rim, he'd be an NBA starter somewhere. Or a high level rotation guy. He's a high level rotation guy with us, but he wasn't always that.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout his career. And so getting back to the master point of this was if guys played less minutes, they could focus more on their job.
Mm-hmm.
Fritz, you ever drove a car a long distance and when you get tired, you notice that your car is drifting out of the lane? You're like, hold on, I need to take me a break.
Way too many times.
Yeah, way too many times, right?
Way too many times.
Yeah, you ever
Or
know?
hear, or hear that little. Zzz.
Yeah, on the side of the road. Oh crap! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I've been looking at film, right? I've been looking at film of the Knicks, and it's not just Josh Hart. Josh Hart is the people's favorite to call out for mental mistakes, right? He's the guy, right? But there are a lot of guys. OG does it. Bridges does it, right? So ultimately what I'm getting at is just because a player can play a lot of minutes doesn't mean that they should play a lot of minutes. And anybody and y'all in the chat, y'all know what I mean. Like when you do something so long, you stay on a task so long that you lose like the mental edge. It's the reason why when you go to work, you get a 15-minute break. Some of us get 2. Some of us get 2 15-minute breaks and a lunch break, right? Because when you stay in a task for so long, you just start to drift. You need that refresh, right? You don't need to stay, like, for instance, you don't have to stay out of the game for a long time, just a break. And when I watch film, Fritz, I'm not going to lie, when I watch film, I watch our guys have mental. I'm not gonna say mental. I think they have fatigue lapses.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like fatigue lapses. Like Josh Hart will let a guy will lose focus because he's calling out something. A guy will go by Josh, and then OG will leave his man. Cat will be late to rotate. And then on the weak side of the rim, you'll see Jalen Brunson standing there with his hands up like, what are we doing?
Mm.
think about it as Knicks fans, think about how many times you see a small guy under the rim doing this. What? Because it's a cascading effect. It starts with one guy having a lapse, another guy recovers, another guy sees it late, and then the little guy is like, I'm not supposed to be here. Why am I 6'1" guarding Pascal Siakam under the rim? It's not because guys don't play defense. It's just because the cumulative effect of minutes. That's what I think. That's what I think, Fritz. Do you have any thought on it?
No, I agree. And also, when they know they're going to play those long minutes. It's not a surprise. There's those games where you thought you were going to play 32, you end up 40. They go in the game knowing they're going to play 40,
Right.
and they approach it like they're going to play 40. So the amount of focus you give, you're not gonna get up on the player down the floor if you know you got to do this for 40 minutes. I just don't think they're going to expend that much energy knowing that they're going to play 40 minutes.
Right.
So they gotta manage the game. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So if I know we racing to the end of the street, I'm gonna run like I'm running to the end of the street. If you say we're going for a 10-mile jog, I wanna run to the end of the street like I'm going on a 10-mile jog. So so I think they just managing the game is different between 40 minutes and 32 minutes.
Right. Yeah, it's for T. Yeah, every great coach that I've ever heard, every great coach I've ever heard, right? And this is the reason why sometimes you got to be careful about the chat sometimes. Like the chat will be like, nah, man, being tired, man. Nah, man, that don't mean nothing. Every coach I've ever heard from Angelo Dundee in boxing, Red Auerbach, the great Celtics coach, Jimmy Johnson, the Miami Hurricanes coach, all of them say fatigue makes a coward of us all. All the great coaches know this. If you get another team tired, they'll start making mistakes. These are facts. Like, this is not like a disputable thing. Like, if you know sports, you know, like for instance, if I ask Fritz Elsinder right now, I'm talking about Fritz Elsinder right now where he is, I'm like, hey Fritz, hey man, walk to Coney Island for me and get us two coconut slushies. When Fritz get back, bro, Fritz probably gonna put that coconut slushie in the freezer and later, hey, sit down and take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's if the slushies make it back. Right?
It ain't making it back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's if they make it back. Right? Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, fatigue makes a coward of us all. All of us. Fatigue. Right. And so the thing is, when you watch film of Josh Hart to say in the press conference, like, hey, dog, I got to be better on that. And that's a very professional thing to say. Right. But in that moment, when he gets beat, and I'm using Josh Hart for an example, I'm not saying that he did it. I'm saying in that moment, Josh Hart knew he made the mistake afterwards. But in that moment, when you're like, after you took 47 trips down the floor and back, right? You're like, you don't know that you're going to make that mistake. You don't know. all the great coaches, and I'm saying all of them, all the great coaches that have ever won championships or are known for even Andrew College. I think AK may know boxing, right? College, how many times have you seen a great boxer in his prime lose a fight late in the fight because he was tired? Like one mishap, you let your guard down for a millisecond and you lost. It happens. It happens. In
Yeah.
my mind, I know you want to condition them for playing long minutes. But in my mind, I'm thinking condition everybody to play long minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Condition everybody to play these significant minutes. And then you can rotate everybody in and out. And plus, the ones that don't have game experience get game experience by getting in and playing. And the retort to that can't be if I play them, we'll lose. Hey, man, you've been losing anyway. Right? That's how I feel
Yeah.
about the rotations. And if you play somebody, if somebody is going to play 34 minutes, there's no harm in them playing 36 minutes or 32 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the average that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because the game situation is going to dictate you keeping guys in there a little bit longer. Sometimes there's not a place for you to sub out. They're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to come out at the 8-minute mark. Both teams are going up and down the floor, and sometimes they don't come out until the 7-minute mark or the 6-minute mark. Is what happens. Right? It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So so I'll give an example of an example. The Atlanta Hawks game where Josh got beat off the wing and Cameron Payne rotated over and then OG rotated over and Trae Young wound up getting a layup at the rim. All that doesn't come because Jalen Brunson played bad defensively. It comes from somebody penetrated the teeth of the defense. Now everybody is scrambling, and you scramble, and one person misses one person, and then one person gets a layup. And then we'll blame the biggest person at the rim, like, yo, what's Cat doing, man? Cat soft. And then as soon as you hear that, you're like, yeah, man, you can't listen to everybody. Everybody don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I watch other shows. I watch shows over the weekend. Fritz, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was thinking, like, it's when I was listening, I was like, yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Is there adjustment you think we feel like we need to make?
No, I think that's playing time. It's definitely top of the list.
Right.
And I don't think the guys on the bench are getting the reps they need. And maybe that's why they start sending some people to the G League, but you you have some talent on that bench. Like Kolek should be a little further along. He could be a little further along than he is now.
Yeah, he should be.
So because the skill is there, there's no reason he isn't playing a consistent just 5, 6 minutes a game.
So what rotation are you playing him with?
Um I don't know, because kind of the way that Tibbs does it now is kind of weird. I kind of like the old way when we had like an A team and a B team. Back when we had OB, where he had the two teams,
Yeah,
kind of liked it that way, where you kind of knew who you were playing with, and it kind of built chemistry.
right.
You had a lineup that you built chemistry with. But because right now, when you see Kolek, garbage time, and then
Yeah,
garbage time, them players are just come down, check a shot. And that's not basketball. That's not basketball. We're not running. They're not running plays. They're not. That's not basketball. So I'd
right,
rather see a A team and a B team. If you have that many players to make it, but even if you have to go and let them play with some starters, I just don't. I just I just don't like the way it is. Because if something bad happens, like last summer in the playoffs, you have players who have no clue what's going on,
right,
and you don't want to be in a situation again where you have players in there who have no clue what's going on.
right. Okay, okay. I don't know if there is a world where Tyler Kolek is gonna get any minutes, especially with Landry Shamet coming back,
Mhm.
because that would mean the Knicks have 4 6'4" guards on the bench.
Yeah, not ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, and so if 3 of those guards are basically guaranteed playing time, if 3 of those guards are basically guaranteed playing time, then it's going to make it tough for Tyler Kolek, right? Because think about it, if Tibbs is going to run a 8-man rotation, right? If Tibbs is going to run an 8-man rotation, just those 3 guards alone take you to 8. If
Mhm.
Tibbs is going to run a 9-man rotation, that includes Precious, right?
Mhm.
And then what do you do when Mitchell Robinson comes back?
Mhm.
You feel me? Like ideally, the 9-man rotation is Deuce and Payne, Precious and Mitch. That's your 9-man rotation, and you rotate a starting wing player with that group, depending on that night's assignment. Right? Like who's
Okay.
going to play with that group? You might put Mikal Bridges with that group to give you ball handling versatility. You may put Josh Hart with that group if that group wants to get out and run the floor.
Mhm.
Might want to put OG with that group if you want to lock down defensively. But it depends on what the game calls for at that time, right?
Mhm.
My guy Rel is in the building. Relly Rel, what's good? Salute to We Talk Mavs. Hey man, go check out my guy Rel. We Talk Mavs. Um, man, I love rocking with those dudes, man. They very passionate about the Mavs. Salute to my guy over there. We got to link up at some point, man. Rel, the schedule has been crazy busy, bro. The schedule here has been crazy busy. And so, yeah. So just for the record, bro, I just picked up another job. So I got like basically it'd be crazy. It'd be what I'm already doing on top of what I'm doing on the side, and then a side to that. So I'll be working Saturdays, like all my off hours. I'll be doing that. So, you know, Fritz, that's it. Fritz, don't do that to me, Fritz. Don't be like, man, that man got
He
14
collecting.
jobs.
He
That
he
man,
collecting all the checks. He collecting all the checks.
That man got 14 job. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's what it is, bro. Um, Thursday, Friday. I think it's like Thursday night, Friday night, all day Saturday, like 10 hours on Saturday. I think I'm gonna be
That's
doing
crazy.
some property and casualty stuff. So yeah, man, gotta get this money, man.
Hmm.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, gotta get this money, man. So
Man,
yeah, man.
creating all this generational wealth. Crazy.
Generational bills. Generational bills. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Smitty is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. So yeah, so when it comes to like the basketball stuff, man, I ain't gonna sit up here in front like I know more than Tom Thibodeau. But what I do
Mhm.
know is, yo, simply the intellect is in the building. Salute. Salute. So I ain't gonna sit up here like I know more than Tom Thibodeau. But what I do know on film is guys are having fatigue lapses, right? And that's not, you
Mhm.
can't hide a fatigue lapse. You can't hide those. Fatigue, any professional athlete knows that fatigue is the enemy.
Mhm.
That's why dudes get in the best shape of their life to play professional sports so they won't have fatigue lapses.
Mhm.
You know, and so when dudes like Fritz, like legit, like, and I know you know this already, right? A dude is on the wing, right? And you drop to match his shoulders so that you could see him, the ball, and your area,
Mhm.
right? You know what I'm saying? You drop back a little, maybe you take a drop step to stay in place to see him, the ball, and your area, right? And all it takes is for you to be tired after one trip. Maybe they shot a three and missed. You got the rebound. You came down. You shot a three and missed, and they got the rebound. And then maybe 2 or 3 trips of that, and you down there hovering like, and then before you know it, you reach for him, and then he go by you, pew, and
Mhm.
then now you like, God damn, and then now everybody recovering. It
Mhm.
happens.
Yeah, your
It happens.
reaction time slows down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All it takes is that one moment, that one lapse of concentration, and next thing you know, Jalen Brunson is taking a charge at the rim.
Mhm.
And you're like, why is Jalen Brunson at the rim taking a charge? Well, he was the last line of defense in that rotation, that specific rotation.
Uh-huh.
Like, Fritz, you never wondered why Jalen Brunson is in the paint taking charges?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a lot?
Yeah, it's not. He's not. Think about it. Jalen Brunson is not a center, right? Jalen Brunson is not a power forward, right?
Mhm.
But Jalen Brunson rotates over because somebody penetrated the defense, and his rotation is to be that.
Mhm.
Is what I'm saying to like what excuse me, what I've been wanting to say to Knicks fans is some of these things I think we have to take into account. Like, you ever wonder why Jalen Brunson is taking charges in front of the restricted circle?
Mhm.
Is Jalen Brunson the de facto power forward? No, he's not.
Mhm.
Is Jalen Brunson's responsibility on the weak side is probably to guard 2 shooters on that side, right? And not be manned up with them, but split the difference and give yourself space in order to close out, right? Like, say
Mhm.
there's a dude in the corner and a dude on the wing. You'll split the difference, back up just far enough where you can rotate to either shooter or tag the man that's coming in the paint. And all it takes is for one lapse for a guy to penetrate the paint, and then now you have to rotate over to the paint to deter them or to take the charge.
Mhm.
Right? That's just one of those things about the game, like, and it's not something that only Jalen Brunson does, but Kyle Lowry does it a lot. Right? Kyle Lowry does it a lot. Premier scoring guards don't do it though. You're never going to see Kyrie Irving doing that. You're never going
Mhm.
to see Steph Curry doing that. Right? You're not going to see Luka doing it. Jalen Brunson sacrifices his body though to make up for some stuff.
Yep.
But what we could do though, Fritz,
Yep.
maybe play Precious sooner and more often. I mean, not sooner and more often, but sooner and longer.
Yep.
Maybe once Mitch gets back, whenever Mitch gets back, maybe play. For instance, I know you can't bring Mitchell Robinson back and play him 30 minutes, right?
No.
You
Nah,
gotta have him some type of minutes restriction, right?
Mhm.
Maybe play Mitch 15 minutes when Mitch first gets back to see what he's like, right? So yeah. So there's that part to it. I think that's where the adjustment needs to be made, right? The adjustment there is instead of playing those guys heavy minutes in the first half, knowing you're going to play them heavy minutes in the second half, give Pacom Dadier some of those minutes. Man, I would get Jacob Toppin, somebody give somebody some minutes where that way when you play them all those minutes in the second half, it won't be a big deal. The reason why Karl Anthony Towns seems like he's always in foul trouble, heavy minutes. You get a 260-pound man moving his feet, running all over the floor, all of that stuff, and then next thing you know, he got a ticky-tack foul.
Mm.
Oh, boy, Fritz, mighty quiet. You ready to talk about the trades, bro?
I would like to see what you put together because I'm in the middle of mine. Like I'm putting together like 3 lists: big swings, moderate, and then little trades. So
All right,
so
I'll show you what I have. And so I don't have the exact trade. I have targets.
okay.
So these are my trade targets right here.
You told me 1 or 2 yesterday. Yeah.
Right. So these are my trade targets right here. And why I feel like they work.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like the ideal fit for us, the ideal player for the Knicks in his 5-out offense is Kevin Love. And I would start him. The reason being is because Kevin Love, immediately upon arrival, may be the best passer, the point passer, like passing
Okay.
from his
Gotcha.
position. He
Hmm.
might be. I think he's a better passer than Cat, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not saying that Cat is a bad passer. Yo, what's up, boss?
What's up, bro? What's good, Fritz? Happy to
Hey,
see you
what's
back on
going
my
on, man?
block. Not much,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Happy to see you, though.
Great to have you on.
Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna chime in when necessary.
right, right. So, so Lee, basically, what I'm doing is I have a target list. I don't have a list on how we acquire them, right? Like what we give up. I just have targets. I think Kevin Love is the ideal fit for. I think Kevin Love is the piece that puts us over the top as a championship contender. I think Kevin Love immediately makes us better in Cleveland and comparable to Boston. I think adding Kevin Love makes us basically guarantee, if he stays healthy, mind you. Now, mind you, Kevin Love is not the ideal fit for, he's not traditionally healthy, right? But if we can get Kevin Love, right, now when now you have, with Kevin Love, you have 2 double-digit rebounders in your lineup. I would venture to say Kevin Love in his prime is a better rebounder than Cat in his prime, right? But Kevin Love is not in his prime, right? He's not in his prime. He's probably, Fritz, what would you say, about 3 or 4 years past his prime?
Beyond that.
Beyond that, right? Even that, right?
Beyond
5,
that.
6.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, what Kevin Love can do is give you those things that Cat gives you, right? But in a more experienced package. So now you can, if you add Kevin Love, you can play Kevin Love and Precious together, right? Instead of Kevin Love and Jericho. I mean, instead of Precious and Jericho Sims. Fritz, you see where I'm going with this?
Yep.
Right? Like,
you heard what I said yesterday, though, right?
No, I don't recall.
No, but continue.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I like Kevin Love. A lot about Kevin Love would fit this team. It's just that it's Miami, and I think that's the issue. I don't think Miami would trade him. I don't think Miami is sellers. Miami thinks they're in it.
You don't think Miami's interested in trading Jimmy Butler?
Oh no, they definitely do. They definitely want to trade Jimmy Butler. But
Right.
I think when they trade Jimmy Butler, they still expect to be a playoff team.
Ooh.
So I don't think they're. It's not. I don't think they're going through a fire sale, or I think they're going to try to get maybe a younger piece. But when they trade Jimmy, they may even be than better after the trade than they were before it.
I thought about that. I thought about what you're exactly what you're saying. See, but my ultimate conclusion is incomplete, because you don't know what you're getting for Jimmy. Right? You think you might know, but Golden State fans are saying, nah, they don't want to give up Kuminga for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So if Kuminga went back in a Jimmy Butler trade, you could say Miami's better off. For the regular season. Playoff Jimmy's a different animal, but they'd be better in the regular season.
My thing is when Miami does in-season trades, they rarely work in the moment. Right? Those trades generally are you have to get used to the Heat culture, basically.
Okay. It's not. Yeah, it's not like it's not a easy culture to transition into.
Yeah, it's not plug and play. Right? Like, you got to get used to. Like, Alonzo Mourning hadn't played in 20 years, seems like, and he's still vegan. Right? Yeah. This dude's still talking about nutrition and all that stuff. He hadn't played in 10 years easy. I'll say 10 years easy, but it's probably more like 15 years. and he's still in that heat culture type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why you can get Kevin Love on the cheap is because at some point Miami has to upgrade somewhere, and you don't upgrade by having a 36-year. Your future can't be centered around a 36-year-old big man.
Mm-mm. And they want Bam to be the, you know, Bam is supposed to hold the torch.
Yeah.
And he got a whole playoff. Jimmy is just his usage rate is ridiculous.
Think about
Hmm.
this. How? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fritz.
No, so I think they have to come up with a new formula, and the formula can't be Jimmy Butler. The formula can't be Jimmy Butler because the way he plays isn't isn't the way they want to play.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Now, can I come in?
Yeah, man.
Uh, the only way I would even entertain the thought of Kevin Love was in the buyout market. Um, he exasperates the issue that we're still dealing with right now was mainly rim protection. I mean, I could see him helping on the boards because you know what I'm saying? He's a very, very good, and most of his career has been centered around his rebounding. And he can knock down some shots. But I'm not even thinking about the thought of even trading anything for Kevin Love at this point.
So who are you trading for? Who are you thinking about trading for?
I'm yo, to be honest with you personally, you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but I mean, you know, we homies and I love you to death. And you already know I went through a brick wall for you. But I ain't trading a freaking soul right now because I think what we got right now, and I was talking to Wise about this, and he really put this in my ear. We got something in up in Westchester. Now, whether I say this young man name or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying we need to. I think we need to look deeper as fans into what we have in Westchester, what we're trying to cook up over there and bring down here. You know what I'm saying? So,
So Landry Shamet is the missing piece then.
not just him. There's somebody else up there too, and we just gotta look hard. Who's up there?
Why don't you
Who's
just
up
say
there
it?
scoring? I'm not. Cause I'm just not gonna say it. He's been on the bench a few times. I'm not gonna say a flipping word. There's somebody up there scoring 30 points a night, and just like how Deuce was, we just gotta give them time to let them cook and get them ready. And inshallah, whenever they're ready, they'll come up. You be surprised.
Even an ex
I'm gonna keep it a
pacer,
mystery.
I'm not gonna
an
Huh?
ex
believe
pacer,
it.
You said what? The
TJ
next
Warren,
spacer? Nope, nope, not even him.
not TJ.
A young
Who?
guy, a guy we've had on the bench, a
Lee.
guy we've been with.
So you got
I'm gonna leave it there.
okay.
Think about it.
I ain't thinking about that shit. I ain't thinking about it. Because if that person that you said was ready, they'd already have him on the Knicks roster, bro. Especially after Landry Shamet was hurt, Precious Achua was hurt, Mitchell Robinson was hurt, Deuce McBride was hurt, and Cameron Payne was hurt. And if they felt like there was a player that was ready already, they'd already be playing that player, bro. In my mind. Now, I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that I'm right. But if Cameron Payne missed 5 games and missed more than that, if Deuce missed a stretch of games, right, and Landry Shamet was hurt, Precious was hurt, and Mitchell Robinson was hurt, why wouldn't they already give that player a shot? The Knicks sent a sign to me. They signaled to me that the best player in Westchester was Boo Booey. That was the dude they called up from Westchester. The diminutive point guard.
Yep.
That's why I was asking you to say his name, because if I have a blind spot, man, please have me be aware. Don't let me walk around in the dark. Like if I don't know, then I don't know.
Oh, Kiki's up still up there as well. So
Chat. Am I wrong for admitting I don't know? Should I just pretend that I know everything?
gotta be
No, no, you're not. It's not the person you mentioned, Fritz, but it's right in our face, and we're not even really paying attention to it. And I had to sit back and like, whoa. And I took about after I spoke to Wise, I took about 30 minutes, and I looked at some stuff, and it's crazy. Look at what Westchester's doing. Who look who is leading the team.
I ain't looking, bro. I watched the game last night. I don't see that person.
I know you don't see it.
And
It's cool.
I don't see. Nah, it's not cool, bro. I'm saying I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm not saying that you wrong. I'm saying I don't recognize it. I think you might be misunderstanding my words. What I'm saying is I don't recognize the player that you're talking about.
Of course not, because we're not because we're so blinded. This person's been in our face about 2.5, 3 years. No, about 2 years now, and they're coming along. You just gotta watch. You gotta watch. Go watch carefully. Me personally, you know what I'm saying. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna put it out there yet because you know what I'm saying. Because it's really because I want to see it happen organically on its own versus me trying to throw it out there and then everybody look at me crazy. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna mention it. I want y'all. There's a player who's been on the Knicks for 2 years, and they really they start to show who they are, and
You
I
talking about
think they
Trevor
can.
Kills?
Yeah, Trevor
Bro,
Kills.
please don't
Yeah,
be telling me this Trevor Kills, bro.
yeah, it's Trevor Kills, man. Seriously, but
Man,
you know, I
other
just want y'all
topics.
to think about it, investigate it.
man, I don't know. Fritz, I don't know what Corey Lee talking about, bro. I don't know what Lee talking
Well,
about. I
I mean,
asked politely. I'm like, bro, if it's somebody, man, don't let your mans walk around in the dark.
it
Now
got to
we'll
be
have a
Toppin.
conversation about it later.
Nah.
Fritz, what'd you say?
I don't know the other
No,
Toppin's
no,
always
no. Well,
a defender.
that's the one. Believe it or not, that's the one.
Who is it? I ain't hear it.
Jacob Toppin.
Topping. I know you. Everybody's sitting there like, huh? Why ain't Tibbs started him yet? That's a great question. I have for Tibbs, but yo, I took like an hour and a half out of my time to sit back and really watch what he has been doing in Westchester. Pull up threes, corner threes. You know what I'm saying? Fast break threes, blocking shots, grabbing rebounds. You know, I think he's come a long way, considering that we thought he was trash. You know what I'm saying? We talking about we need a jumbo wing. That's the jumbo wing right there. 6'9". You know what I'm saying? Can shoot the three, play defense. The only thing he lacks probably is some more his grown man muscle. And that's about him working out.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the talent is there with him. and not necessarily that he, you know what I'm saying, but the attitude, what comes with great talent and all that stuff like that. What makes basketball players great, NBA players great. It's not necessarily it's the hard work they put in and the fact that how bad they want to win. So and the work they put in on that. So I know I sound crazy, and I got everybody thinking, but it's the truth.
Yeah, he's kind of been like Deuce, where in the G League he's producing. But every time you see him in the NBA, you don't really see it. It could be, with Deuce, it took a few years, and he ain't really. It took him a while to show it in the NBA.
Okay.
But he has been putting on some. He has been putting on some performances in the G League.
All right. Sherwin is in the building. Sherwin, I see you. He said, "What you saying?" Yeah. Um. I don't. I don't. I think our. I think our. Um. There we are. I think our weakness is weak side rebounding, and though I value Josh Hart, right? I value Josh Hart's rebounding. I think when balls bounce away from Cat on that other side, I don't like Josh Hart rebounding against 6'9" guys. And sometimes he wins, sometimes no. I mean, just to answer that, I ain't gonna lie. The Jacob Toppin thing from Lee was definitely a surprise to me. I don't know. I need to study that more. Definitely.
Can run the floor, dunk, more athletic, more aggressive than his brother on the defensive end. Come on, man. Think about it.
Mm.
But don't get stuck on that thought. Let's move on. What's your other thoughts?
Smith, Smitty says our weakness is the head coach. No, I don't know if that is. So I just want to think about that. Should I? I want to think about what Lee said. That is when Lee got to the point. I think that was a very good observation. Like, should what? I'm gonna ask the chat, Lee. Would you be interested in trading assets for Kevin Love, or just bringing up Jacob Toppin to do the same thing? That's what I was thinking about when you mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you
And,
mentioned him, the thing I thought
and,
about is
and
the
hold on a
thing
second.
I
One second. One quick thing. One quick thing.
just let me. I'm gonna finish my thought real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Just I am on the side of not trading away assets for Kevin Love if we can get that production from Jacob Toppin. My consternation is, when have we ever seen Jacob Toppin do anything at the NBA level?
whenever we ever really give them the opportunity to. And a lot of that is, do you remember? What we're talking about Tibbs and Tibbs trust. So I mean, it is what it is. But I'm gonna say this one thing. Thank you thank you to Allah Rise for giving me that, putting that thought in my mind, and he made me take time to go look that up myself. So I was like, wow, when he said it.
Yeah, I want to look at. I'm looking at the G League stats, man. I don't know, man. I need some time to think about. Because it makes sense on the premise. The calculator guys would love that move, right? Why give up assets for Kevin Love, who's a proven NBA champion that's older, but he knows what to do, and he's been a good vet his entire career, maybe a borderline Hall of Famer. Why would you give up assets for him when you already have the guy on your roster and you just need to give this guy a shot? Now, calculator guys, don't start that BS like, oh, you can't give Jacob Toppin a shot, man, because Jacob Toppin is unproven, man. Jacob Toppin this, Jacob Toppin that, when we giving shots to Matt Ryan and Landry Shamet.
Matt Ryan's had a chance.
Deuce McBride.
Deuce had chances though with us though.
Deuce had like 3 years. Deuce had 3 years, 3 full years, and yeah, he had a few chances to get it right.
Yeah, we already know all of our weaknesses, all of our weaknesses, right? All of them, all of our weaknesses. Kevin Love solves it just like that, right? Like you ain't gonna have to teach Kevin Love. Kevin Love is a bad defender, but you ain't got to teach him defense, right? He already know how to play defense. He just bad at it, right? But he can communicate stuff and I'll teach it. You know what I'm saying? Work with. You can plug him in, and you know what I'm saying, and give him 20 minutes a night and not even worry about free throw shooting, rebounding, 3-point shooting. Kevin Love might be the best screener we've ever seen. There are certain things Kevin Love will give you off rip. It solves a lot of stuff, right? But one of the things that Jacob Toppin gives you is promise. Like if you just give him a chance, he'll solve a lot of issues. Like if you like what Kerry Cox says, we need defense, right? Plug Jacob Toppin in, and he immediately solves the defensive thing. We can't guarantee that. I think the Jacob Toppin thing is an excellent point. I just don't. I'm on the side of the Jacob Toppin thing. The thing that is okay. So I'm on the side of the Jacob Toppin thing only because you don't give up assets. It's already in house. My consternation is Fritz. My consternation is, when has Jacob Toppin ever shown you? Like, has there ever been a stretch where Jacob Toppin showed you like a glimmer of any of this stuff at the NBA level?
No, you have to see it first.
Yeah.
Just because they have the ability, because Deuce had the ability. Deuce had the ability since like year one. The year one, we saw the flashes,
Okay.
and we know eventually he would get better. But for him to be comfortable in that role, it took a while.
Okay.
It took a while. I think maybe he's not. He hasn't shown it. Every time they put him in the game, he hasn't done summer league. He didn't do his first summer league. Did he play summer league this summer?
No, he ain't played summer league. This is a
So
veteran, bro.
no, I'm talking about Jacob Toppin.
Oh, Jacob Toppin.
He never had like a
Yeah,
stretch where he can just show me what you can do. He has never had that
I think
window.
he did the shit. I think he did the shit in the G League. I mean, not in the G League, but in the Summer League. Excuse me. But yes, he did.
Mm.
So Jacob Toppin is the answer.
I'm not saying he's the answer. I said he's quite a possibility. I'm
Yeah,
not.
He's
Listen,
ready.
I'm not. Yeah, now, the thing is now, well, the dude's ready too. Now we don't know that. None of us knew that. A lot of us had big ass question marks about dudes when we popped into the game. Now let's not say yeah we already knew he was TTG coming up the door. You know what I'm saying? You know I did, and he had to prove it and show it to me, and he did. So my question is about Deuce or not. The only questions I got is can he maintain that and can he get better? And he's gotten a lot better considering his ball handling skills got better. You know what I'm saying? His court awareness has got better. You know what I'm saying? He's becoming a better point guard or guard period in the NBA instead of just, another person with a jump shot or athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Considering his size. Now, with that said though, you know, I'm not taking anything away from him. You know, I think the young man has got a whole lot of promise. He's built his own career right now, and now all he got is sky's the limit, and he controls his destiny if he keeps the right attitude. Now, do I think Jacob? I think Jacob has a better wherewithal of the game. I don't think he was as glamorized as his brother. You know what I'm saying? I think he has a little chip on his shoulder. I know he's a hell of a lot better athletic and defender than his brother. But it is what it is. I'm saying this is just a thought. I'm not saying it's the end all to be all or that's just the answer to them all. Because we also got Paco Dadier. We also got Kev McCullough. We still got we got all these young kids, you know what I'm saying, who are unproven, you know. But for us to just jump out the window and go get NBA relic and waste assets on that, come on now. That's mismanagement as far as I'm concerned when it comes to funds. Because we have pushed most of our chips in for all in when we made this trade. Let's not get crazy now and let's not get desperate.
A Kevin Love trade is desperate.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah it is. Because we're trying to we're trying to maintain winning. You know what I'm saying? What's the longevity in Kevin Love, 36 years old, who got one foot in the wheelchair and the other one, you know what I'm saying, out the league. Come on now.
I was with you until you said that last part, right? Because this is what we're saying, right? Think about this. What we're saying, we're not gonna trade for Kevin. Think of our championships hang in the balance with Jacob Toppin.
I never said that. And and
No,
please, because
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I said
but now you're spinning it though, dog.
I'm not. No, I'm not. So you got to listen. Listening is fundamental, bro. And you got to respect people. Point like when I say I'm speaking for myself, I'm not saying that I'm speaking for Corey Lee. There's a distinction. When I say stuff, I'm speaking
I apologize.
as Uncle Freezy. I'm not speaking for nobody else. Right? I'm speaking for myself. Right? I said that Kevin Love puts us in the same acquiring Kevin Love. Fritz, tell me if you remember me saying this. Kevin Love, us acquiring Kevin Love makes us better than Cleveland, and it puts us in the same boat of Boston. Chat, y'all remember me hearing me saying that, right? That's what I said. I said acquiring Kevin Love makes us better than Cleveland and puts us in the boat with Boston. That's what I said. Right? And then when you said that you wouldn't do it, there's a guy that we already have that we have to take a look at. I was like, you know what? I respect Corey Lee. Let me hear what Lee is saying. And then Lee said Jacob Toppin. Right? Is that not what happened? Lee, is that not what happened?
Yes, that's what happened, and I apologize because I misunderstood how the conversation was going. So forgive me on that. And let's move on, man. Let's move on, bro.
I'm not speaking for you. You hear, you can speak for yourself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you relay your point, you know what I'm saying? We'll just be quiet and listen to it. Right? If we didn't respect the Jacob Toppin point, we'd have just laughed it off and move on. Right? But and as we did the opposite, we listened to what you said about Jacob Toppin, right? And what he could bring to the table. Like we legit listened to that. And then after you finished, I was like, you know what? I understand where Lee is coming from, and I think I agree. Why would I give up stuff for Kevin Love, right? When I can have Jacob Toppin here for free. That's what I was pointing out to the calculator guys, right? The calculator guys, y'all can't trip about Jacob Toppin needing to prove itself because the Knicks gave Matt Ryan a shot. They gave Landry Shamet a shot. Why not give Jacob Toppin a shot? They're all in Westchester, right? Chat, you feel what I'm saying? So I get what Lee is saying. The thing that I can't speak to in June is if the Knicks don't win a championship and we watch some random team, if we watch the Cleveland Cavaliers win the championship, right? Say we watch the Atlanta Hawks win the championship, right? And we'll be sitting here like, shit, that could have been us, but we didn't trade for Kevin Love. We gave Jacob Toppin a shot. That's what I'm saying, Lee. Like if there's an opportunity for us to win a championship, say the damn Sacramento Kings win a championship or whoever out west win a championship, and we'll be sitting here like, man, we could have beat the damn Kings in the finals, right? We could have. David Smith says OKC. We'll be like, yo, we could have beat Oklahoma City in the finals, but instead of trading assets to get proven veterans to show up the bench, we gave Jacob Toppin a shot.
I'm gonna say this. This is just like the universe. It's unknown. We don't know. We don't know. All I know is that, yo, and I'm kind of falling back off of this. My thought, like championship would die this year. You know, right now I'm in the moment, or even in the thought of it all is what can we do to make our defense as just as good, or if not, you know what I'm saying, comparable to what it's been to some degree, you know. So when we get in the moments and we getting our heads kicked in, how can we stop these people from getting all these other rebounds against us, and what can we put out in the court to help, these players that we're paying an extremely large amount of money to, which is legit, because I ain't mad at these guys getting bread. You know what I'm saying? They deserve it. They made a name for themselves. So why shouldn't they not get paid? But with that said, though, I expect winning, just like we all do. Kevin Love does not bring the defense that we need. Now he may have won, and I know I can't take that from him, but I just don't think he is the target. You know, now if he'd have said somebody else, you know what I'm saying, which is maybe a little bit younger and maybe under thought. Oh,
But you got to expound. See, you got to expound on that, right? Because what it is, it now this is just me and you on this one. You sound like a hater, bro. You just don't like Kevin Love,
no, no,
right?
it's not even about
The
Kevin
reason
Love is
why
36 years old, man. That's why I'm thinking about it.
the reason why you sound like a
He's,
hater is because the Miami Heat right now with
I
Kevin
could care
Love
less
in
if
their
he
rotation have a better
I
defense,
could care less if he came from Hoboken, homie.
right?
The Hoboken Rams. He's
That's the
36 years old, bro.
right. That's
What?
the
Yeah, okay. If I'm not hating because he's
do, do,
old,
do the Knicks have a
then
better
all
defense
right.
than the Miami Heat? Do the Knicks have a better defense than the Miami Heat? Do the Knicks
I
have a
could
better
care
defense
less.
than
I
the
could
Miami
care
Heat?
less right now.
Right. But the
That's
point you made is defense.
I'm looking at what our issues are. That's my point. That's all I care about. You know, if we're gonna make a move, can that move take care of an issue that we're dealing with right now that's killing us? Outside the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we got people playing damn near what, 38, 35, you know what I'm saying, 30 some odd minutes a game over what they should be playing. Especially if we try. I heard, you know what I'm saying, I listened to you the whole beginning of all of this. And the key is that we can't sustain what we're doing if we keep playing these players. God forbid if they do get help, get hurt. You know what I'm saying? The main cogs in this whole little thing that we're trying to do. You know, and provided that you know what I'm saying, uh, the three other cats, you know, on the court. We try to reassure our bench, or if not, we're gonna make a flip flop or bring players, you know what I'm saying, around in the rotation, you know what I'm saying, to make everything comparable. You know what I'm saying? That's no problem. I have no problem with that. I don't hate on Kevin Love. Kevin Love just does not fit what we're trying to do right now,
Why is
in
that?
my opinion.
Why is that?
In my opinion.
Why
My
does that fit though?
No, he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy for me, personally. Personally, in my opinion, from what I see right now and what he's offered, an offering, and for the kind of minutes we're gonna try to what we're gonna need from him, 25, 15, 20 minutes a game. Come on now, for real.
No, Kevin Love ain't playing that many minutes, man. Come on, dog.
Less than
Kevin,
20.
yeah, Kevin
Less
Love
than
ain't
20.
playing those kind of minutes. What are we talking about?
So we
Kevin
talking about
Love,
shit. All right, cool.
Kevin Love is
I'm
playing
done.
what? Okay,
I'm done on that. All right, y'all right.
good.
I'm wrong. I fall back. Let's all right. Let's find another topic, gentlemen. I'm
No,
sorry.
we not. We staying on this topic right here.
Okay.
Are you just gonna shift the gear because you frustrated with it, man? Come on, dog.
And no, I'm not frustrated with it. It's just that we're not. Never mind. We do understand each other. We just don't agree, and it's cool.
I'm saying okay. All right. So usually I don't do this, everybody. Usually I don't do this, but since
Mm.
this is Lee, usually when somebody be like, man, fucking man, I ain't gonna say nothing else, then be quiet then. But this is Lee, right? This is my man's, right?
I
Lee,
apologize for.
Lee, what I'm saying to you, what I'm asking you is to help us understand why it is that you have your point. Right. What I'm asking you is like if you say like a guy is not a fit, and then you say you done, you didn't even tell us why you don't think he a fit. You just left it there like he ain't a fit.
Okay. All right. Excuse me for not explaining myself. You know what I'm saying, and leaving something like that open ended, like I started this conversation, and I
Right.
apologize for that
Right.
because I'm thinking that. Now, with that said, though, I don't think that he is the type of player that Tibbs would like. He's gonna use him, but I don't think Tibbs doesn't trust him. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to come right in there and he's going to fix a problem. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be that player to help push us over the hump. I really don't. He's not that type of guy. Cat needs somebody, yo, for real. And I'm like, forget my guy because if he gotta go, we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we're going in a totally different direction.
Okay.
Cat needs an enforcer. Cat needs somebody who's gonna come either behind him or play with him. It's not he ain't gotta be loud, he ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying, mean, or you know, that type. He needs somebody who's going to do the dirty work, and it's probably not Josh Hart. Josh Hart can do that on the second team. That's the whole art. That's the whole issue that we have right now. And it's not Josh Hart's playing bad. He's playing phenomenal. He getting cats a lot of looks. I mean, moving the ball. He starts to fast break here and there. Cat needs a big body with him 6'9", something maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling something out my 2K thought process. Was laughing right now, but I'm serious. Like for real, we're gonna waste assets and chase after a player. Let's do it for Isaiah Stewart. I think he would make the Knicks very, very, very formidable. That type of player. You know what I'm saying? With Cat, help Cat, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All day.
Can I jump in a little bit?
Sure.
My thing is, for a decent player, you won't hear me saying yes or no until I hear the price. So the price is everything. If the
Yep.
price if the price is, hey, deuce deuce for whatever whatever, and then oh no, ain't no way. But
Right.
if the price is players you probably can't re-sign and bring back anyway,
Yep.
and you can get 15 minutes out of a player out of something you weren't playing anyway,
Right.
I can't say that's a bad deal. And it is not, we all want a whole bunch of teams of 24-year-olds, but to win a championship, you need to eat minutes. You need to be able to go 15 minutes without someone negatively affecting the game. And I think that's kind of where you put him at. Like Kevin Love isn't going to hurt you 15 minutes a game.
No.
Like he's a good rebounder. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. Good passer. He's not 24, but he ain't going to hurt you for 15 minutes a game.
Okay.
I would kind of put him in that same category. Um, Probably in a little bit better light than we looked at Taj.
Taj Gibson. Right. That's exact. Bro, you read my mind. Kevin Love would be our Taj Gibson. All these other names we make, they make
Okay.
mid-teen millions of dollars. And the first person to go in that trade is Mitchell Robinson. If you like Mitch, then every conversation you have about a dude making $15 million, you either need to trade Mitch or shut the fuck up. That is as simple as it is, bro. Any trade for whatever person, right? I like beef stew. Would I trade Mitchell Robinson for beef stew? No. I like Dorian Finney-Smith. Would I trade Mitchell Robinson for Dory Finney-Smith? No. Right? But would I use that small pocket of money that's available to us, say the RJ Barrett trade exception, to see if I could get Kevin Love? Absolutely. Absolutely. Fritz, does that make sense? Do we still have the RJ Barrett trade exception?
We can't use it.
We can't use it. Okay.
I mean, we gotta kind of make that room first. You know what I mean? The Knicks kind of
Is it
if the
possible?
Knicks, it's possible. The Knicks made another big trade and they freed up some money. We possibly could use it.
Right. So, but the thing is when you make a big trade, you got to do dollar for dollar, right?
No, not necessarily.
See, okay,
It
calculate.
depends. It all depends who you're trading
Oh
for.
no! I heard. Well, it depends.
Calculator guys.
No, I remember saying that right now in today's new market, we got to put out more than what we bring back in.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
No. If you trade a team like Detroit that got plenty of money open, you
Okay.
could pour money into Detroit and make you a little spot of money that you can use. They can always
Why
do
would
that
Detroit do that though?
for picks.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You got to give them something in
Yeah,
order
give
for them
them
to do
something
that.
to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do a sweetener for them to waste their cap space.
Hmm.
Right. So what would you do? So you would, in theory, you'd be looking at giving them Pacom Dadier, right, or Tyler Kolek, something like that, in order to entice them to make that trade, right?
Yeah, or if you can hold out to February, maybe using that Matt Ryan and someone to make it happen.
Lee, the calculator guys make these conversations so difficult.
Yeah. So it's 3.8. So just think at least two minimums going out. Two minimums going out.
Okay. So let's move away from that and just talk to Lee and others about this. Lee, if
I'm
you like
listening.
and if you like Isaiah Stewart, would you trade Mitchell Robinson for Isaiah Stewart?
This is where my heart's torn now.
You see what I mean? You see how things like this.
No. I said this is where my heart. My heart is torn. But if I can get the activity right now and what I need and get us pushed forward, then unfortunately yes. But with that said, now do I still think my boy is capable? Of course, because he's coming back healthy. So he might be coming back a little bit earlier than what we think. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this all boils down. I'm just like I said, like I kind of fell back off that championship or bust stuff right now. I'm more so on less because the move ain't been made until all the moves are dead, or until we show, or till something happens outside the realm of what we've been thinking. We don't know. You know, what I'm saying Isaiah Stewart be like, yo, right now, considering what we need at this particular moment, a player like him, hell yeah, we'll be all right. You know,
Ribby, stop trolling, bro. You see how in chat. I'm gonna tell y'all. So all of us are friends, right? It's me, Wise, Lee, Ribby, Bully, Dre. So it's like a group of us, right? And what it is every time we get in that moment where like somebody is tugging at our heartstring, somebody in the group feel like it's the perfect opportunity to just start trolling. Right. Ribby, now me and Lee both in this moment, like we thinking about Mitch, and now Ribby out here talking about Ribby, bro, you got to give us a moment, bro.
hold on a second. I'm about to show y'all something, man. I ain't show nobody. Hold on a second, man. Y'all be playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Ribby, turn the
Take
replays off.
out. Think I don't love Mitchell Robinson? Oh Lord, have mercy. I got something.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Like we up here like, nah, we don't want to trade Mitch. and really trolling, bro. Right. So the thing is, y'all know I love Isaiah Stewart, man. Right. Y'all know that like of any of the dudes in the league that I would love to see be a Nick, it's Isaiah Stewart. Right. Y'all know I love Trey Murphy. He's not attainable. Y'all know I love Trey Mann. Right. He's not attainable. Right. Isaiah Stewart, though, is one of the handful of guys around the league. Like I probably Fritz, is it fair to say that there are like 5 guys around the league that you would love to be a Nick, but you don't want to destroy your team to get them? But if the Knicks
Yeah,
found a way to get him, you'd be excited.
you'd be okay. Like he's an effort. Like he's he's a he's a Tibbs player. Like he's a when we talk about the Knicks aren't tough, the Knicks aren't banging the boards. That player. His picture should come up
Right.
of what the
I,
Knicks are
I just
missing.
I like him,
His
and
picture
he's a
should come up. Yeah.
misfit, bro. Like he's an undersized center,
Hmm.
right, in a power forward's body that doesn't necessarily protect the rim, but
Hmm.
gives you rebounding, shot making, and overall toughness, right? Is he worth $16 million though?
Hell yeah!
Mm-mm.
Nah, I don't think he worth Mitchell Robinson, bro.
Wow.
Long term too, like 4 years.
Young, bro. He young, bro. He young. Because he right now he's on a 4-year, $55 million deal, right? I think it's 4 years. Yeah, in 2023, he signed a 4-year, $64 million deal. So he making around 16 million on average. Right. It might be at like 14 million now. It might end up like at 18 million towards the end. I think it's probably annual cap adjustment salary type thing. Right. Whereas cap friendly each of the 4 years that I'm not looking at the number itself. Right. But man,
And that's basically a small market team.
Lee, Lee, I ain't gonna front, bro. I talk to
He,
Pistons fans. There are some Pistons fans that like him more than they like Jalen Duran.
they do. He makes 15 million across the board every year. 15 million.
Okay. 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 There are some people that like him more than they like Jalen Duran, bro. I find that to be
It's,
impossible, but it's true.
it's, it's the player. It's the play. Listen, man. We get so caught up in potential. Sometimes we don't see what people do out there on the court and how they set the tone, bro. That's what made cats like Oakley who he was. You understand what I'm saying? He's an NBA legend, because of this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody forgets how he was. I think if he wasn't, or if he was,
I'll be right
one of
back.
the leaders in the nation, in the nation when he played college in rebounds and scoring. You know,
Hmm.
down over here, what was it? Not Hampton. Was it Hampton? No, George Washington.
Virginia
I
Union, I
believe
think.
Virginia Union. My bad, but I was close. I'm somewhere down here. You know what I'm saying? um, and that's the same. I don't know. That's how your man got put on. We was just talking about Ben Wallace. We was talking about earlier.
Hmm.
You know, through Oakley. Cats, they know how to play the roles. Draymond Green, for an example, he knows he can pass the ball. He knows he can knock down a shot or two. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to play the game. He knows how to get in and affect the game, effect the game. You know what I'm saying? To some degree, where we look at a lot of cats. Like I feel like the players that we have on our team right now, They affect the game, but they're not one yet collectively. You know, and also too, they're playing a lot of minutes, like you said, and it's true. You know, and it's difficult right now.
Okay. Is that for me? Thank you. Wow, this is sweet right here.
Yeah, yeah, it's just his. You're you're paying that amount, and he's undersized. Well, he definitely brings like intangibles, but it's the height and it's the paycheck that is hard for teams to like want to buy into
It's the
long
jumbo
term.
wing we've been talking about. Gives he gives OG Ananobi so much time. He gives Cat time. He gives. Oh my God. It's crazy. We're looking at Bridges and Brunson, and we're not even thinking about the workhorses.
Hmm. Well, this is pretty much the only year he hasn't been starting. Like he's been a starter since his second year in the NBA.
And I
Most
wonder
recent,
why.
yeah.
Who's been a starter? I'm sorry.
Isaiah Stewart. He's pretty much been a starter.
Okay.
He's been a starter his second, third, fourth year, and this year he's been mostly off the bench.
Right.
But yeah, most years he's been the starter. It's just that putting somebody 6'6" out there when we look at Boston, we really want more height,
Right.
and I think that's the only thing.
Hold on, so you
He's
said that man is 6'6"?
I
He's
think
six
he's
eight.
6'6".
He's 6'8".
Is he 6'8"? Okay,
He's six
Six
eight.
eight,
okay.
6'9". I thought he was 6'9" at least.
Nah, he's
Nah,
not six
he's
nine.
short. He's
He's
short.
short,
He's,
bro.
but yeah, Tibbs would love what he brings to the team. Like he would definitely be someone Tibbs would be on board
Brahim has an excellent point, and this is what I was going to mention to y'all. The Pistons started winning games when they went away from beef stew. What does that mean in the grand scheme of things? He may not be
Bro,
he may not be a fit for them, but he be an ideal fit
them,
for us.
them.
with. Yeah. If we put at his salary, like you're gonna have to give up Mitch. The only other way to make it happen is you're giving up Precious Deuce and others.
But why would you even do this for beef stew when you can just give those minutes to Jacob Toppin?
Jacob Toppin got to show me something.
Jacob Johnson has to get in the circle of trust.
Have has Tibbs given anybody a role without them proving anything? Only person to RJ is the only person I've ever seen him just hand over a role without him proving anything.
Quickly, he gave that. He sat as soon as
That
Dennis
quickly and the ham sandwich.
right as soon as quickly was healthy, Dennis Smith Jr. came off the bench. You never heard
Mhm.
Dennis Smith Jr. name again.
Yeah, he's seen something. He's seen
Right.
something in practice, or he's seen something in in him that he was like, "Yo, I don't need to see nothing else." He also never made him a starter.
Right.
When he definitely proved that he could have been the starter. Never gave him that job.
Right. Um, I've seen Jacob Toppin play 2 times in person. He is nondescript, bro. When I saw him, like when he was on the floor for Kentucky at South Carolina, any random person could have did what he did on the floor. That's what I saw. Now, with that said, has he become more assertive? Yes, he's a better player in the G League than he was at Kentucky. At Kentucky, he was a random face in the crowd at Kentucky. Is he balling in the G League? Absolutely. With that said, does it take some flowers more time to bloom than others? Absolutely. My thing is, what if Jacob Toppin needs more time, but we force him into the lineup because we don't want to trade and he doesn't bloom and we lose? Are you still going to have the same love for Jacob Toppin? Knowing that he's a late bloomer.
I think the skills that you're looking for is slashing because it's not shooting, slashing and energy. But you've already seen those things out of Dadier. Like Dadier is already beyond proof of concept. He's shown it in an NBA game
Right.
multiple times.
Right.
So I would think they would give it to Dadier before they would give it to Toppin because he's shown it.
Right.
Or because maybe he's a draft pick and not somebody
I mean,
who, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about the road of getting to where you at right now. So think about that. You got to add that. That brings privilege over certain things.
And generally, NBA champions don't play 19-year-olds. Generally.
mm-hmm.
And, Pankam Dadier to me is a little freezy. From day one, as soon as I saw him on tape, around this time last year, I was like, yo, that's a little freezy right there.
You are what? Great. You got me over here choking.
Lee, remember when I was saying his name last year and people was laughing me off the show?
Yeah.
I can't say Dadier. How do you pronounce? I don't even know who he is. How you pronounce his last name? And now people walking up to me like, "Yo, Uncle Freezy, this cat Pankam Dadier is legit, bro."
Well, nobody. Wow. What, it's like somebody steals your patent.
Right, out here trying to tell us about the light bulb, bro. I invented the light bulb, bro. How you gonna tell me about the light bulb, bro? Lee, I think I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I like the Jacob Toppin injection. I think it's just need more time to grow on me, bro. Because every time I've seen Jacob Toppin live, he's just a face in the crowd.
And I'm gonna say this, yo, for real, Uncle Freezy, and I agree with you. And to some degree, at one point, that's how Deuce McBride was to me. He had that. What was it, that game at Portland when he showed out? It was his first season. We talked about that for a minute. He showed out. You know what I'm saying? Got like 20 easy, knocking down the shot. You know what I'm saying? Especially from that corner. You know what I'm saying? And I think he did something in Houston, and then the coach sat him down. And he didn't play no more. So with that said, like you said, it takes time. It takes time for these youngest grow. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought out of all the kids that we had who survived was Deuce.
Right. Okay. Lee, when the playoffs start, Jacob Toppin will be 25 years old.
Okay, and how old is Deuce?
I don't know.
23.
I don't know. I think they're around the same age. I'm not comparing him to Deuce though. I'm not.
But he's still physically damn near reaching his prime or in his prime, correct? It doesn't matter when it clicks, it's if it's gonna click. You know what I'm saying? That's with anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what our team right now, how we have it built right now. Is it gonna click? You know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna get all these cats on the same page, you know what I'm saying, one night. Where they all looking like everybody eating, everybody making great plays. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what they're expecting. Who knows? We're still looking at this from a totally different from totally different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So I expect greatness. I pray for more. And we'll see.
Fritz, who's
Um,
the older play? Who's the older player? Jacob Toppin or Isaiah Stewart?
I'll find out 1 second.
Now I was just asking you off the top of your head. I already know the answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I say Stewart's only 23.
Yeah, Beef Stewart's 23, bro. Beef Stewart's young, bro.
Mm.
So Jacob Toppin is about a year older than Isaiah Stewart. Everybody, about a year, something like that. Yeah. And so for the record, everybody, the reason why I think that Kevin Love is the perfect fit, he's cheap, he's proven, and he's limited. You're not going to play him a ton of minutes. He's going to give you crucial minutes. Kevin Love can give you backup 5 minutes and your 5-out system that you love. Right? Not a lot of minutes now. Now, I'm not saying 10 minutes. I'm saying in stretches, the wraparound minutes. Like at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, that 4-minute stretch right there, Kevin Love minutes. Hold it down. Bring Cat back at the 9-minute mark, something like that. Is what I'm talking about. In those minutes where Deuce McBride is struggling to find his shot, when Deuce is your primary scorer off the bench, you can play him with Kevin Love and Landry Shamet. And now you have shooting from all 3 spots. And you can still play Kevin Love and Mitchell Robinson together. Kevin Love and Mitchell Robinson, you still have floor spacing. Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa, you're not going to have floor spacing. I'm sorry. Think about that. Cameron Payne, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Kevin Love, Mitchell Robinson off the bench. What does that mean for Precious? I don't know.
You didn't mention that, but okay.
It's a long season. Every player is not going to play in every game. The thing is, you can't trade it Precious for Kevin Love. Miami don't like Precious. Precious is not a Miami Heat type player. They saw a small sample size of Precious and got him out of there quickly. So you know he's not going back there. That means you have to trade somebody else. Fritz, would you do Jericho Sims for Kevin Love?
Yeah. And there's a couple reasons why I would, because Jericho Sims has a good year, and I think his good year is going to work against the Knicks because they're not going to be able to bring him back next year.
I agree.
So I think somebody's going to bid over 5-6 million, and the Knicks going to be like, "Thank you for your services."
Somebody's
And
going to offer
that's gonna
that
be
man.
it.
Yep. And you have one more year of $4 million with Kevin Love after this one.
So yeah, so I think Jericho Sims has played himself out of New York.
Yeah.
So that makes him a trade candidate, even though you can use him this year, but don't think he's coming back next year.
Right. The sad part is you can't play Mitch, Precious, and Jericho together. In no combination. Right. You're not going to play Jericho and Mitch together. Right. You might be able to play Precious and Mitch together. And you might be able to play Jericho and Jericho and Precious together. But Mitch is the better player than all three. So Mitch is going to get the priority minutes. So who do you put next to Mitch? Jericho? No. But could you put Kevin Love next to Mitchell Robinson? Fritz, did you get an answer from Corey?
Did you see how the conversation changed?
Talking about Jacob Toppin?
No, but okay.
I'm asking you.
How
did it change?
Nah, cause I never mind. That's what I mean. I was on under the misunderstanding that like Mitch was gonna be gone before, and maybe it was my fault for chiming in too soon, thinking that you were not trying to line up all this together like this. What's your thought
No, I'm talking about
with the acquisition of
Kevin
said
Love.
player?
Yeah, with Kevin Love.
Yeah,
If you acquire
yeah,
Kevin Love, you don't have to. There's no need to trade Mitch if you get Kevin Love.
okay.
If you get Kevin Love, you can keep Mitch. You don't have to do a Dorian Finney-Smith or a Isaiah Stewart if you bring in Kevin Love.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact,
All
that
right.
would be the reason why you would keep Mitch. Because you would have Mitch would play next to one of the things that we forget. Mitchell Robinson at his best plays next to a real power forward at his best. At his best, he plays next to a real power forward. Right? Mitch not playing with a power forward. Mitch playing with mice. You get Wemby pulling Mitchell Robinson away from the rim, and the rest of the Spurs are just dunking at the rim. We saw it. We saw it last year, the game that went to overtime. Right? Miles Turner pulls Mitchell Robinson away from the Karl Anthony Towns pulls Mitchell Robinson away from the rim, and everybody else is dunking at the rim. right? I mean, think about it. Mitch can't not face up with jump shooting bigs because if he sags off, they're just gonna shoot the J and they're gonna J him to death. And he'll be out of position for rebounds. So now what is he really doing? He's not at the rim where he can rebound, right? And then he's on a perimeter where his perimeter defense is weak. Right? If you have Kevin Love in that space, you have a Hall of Fame level rebounder on the floor with Mitch. You pull Mitch away from the rim, you're not going to get rim protection. If they miss, you got a Hall of Fame level rebounder. Fritz, real quick, I got one more trade thing that I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a world that we live in where we can acquire Alec Burks?
Yeah, I think he's getting paid minimum. I think. He's
You
a
may
2
be
million
choke
dollar, right?
again, man.
Yeah, he's $2 million. Yeah.
What would you give up for him?
I don't know. It'd probably be yeah, because we definitely have to. Moore has to go out and come in.
Okay.
That would have to be Payne or you can do Huck 40 and Ryan. Yeah, probably wait till February. Give him Huck 40 and Ryan.
Huck
Matt
Porter and
Ryan.
who?
Matt Ryan.
Oh, okay.
You like get past where it's guaranteed. Yeah, I think you can deal him like February 3rd. I think is it Matt Ryan? Let me see it's when he can be traded.
Lee, you know the reason why this makes sense for me?
I'm listening because I'm wow.
February 3rd. Yeah.
Okay. Fritz,
Mhm.
did you know that Alec Burks is shooting 47% from three?
No,
He
but
is.
yeah, last few years, yeah.
Yeah, he's Alec Burks is it the last okay, so one okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Why is it this looks funny? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Okay, there's a stretch where Alec Burks is shooting 41% from three. And he knows Tibbs' system, by the way, everybody. Tom Thibodeau trusts Alec Burks. I wouldn't want to trade Huck Porty, right? It's because that's our heartstring, you know. But if you can guarantee us some semblance of, you know, shoring up that bench unit, then I could see a world where Kevin Love and Alec Burks could coexist and on coming off our bench, right? Because right now, all our hopes and dreams lay in the hands of Landry Shamet.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say not necessarily, but we'll see.
Yeah, because you're not a calculator guy. You're not in the calculator hive. At least I don't think, unless you started going to the calculator meetings every once a month. What?
Seriously, yo, I don't, yo, man, yo, you told somebody used to drink a lot, yo. I can say I was a functional alcoholic way back in my early 20s, almost in my 30s. And I could say like this, I didn't go to those meetings and I'm not going to them either.
Right. Yo, yay, Wallet. Yo, bro. I'm not saying as our savior, and plus, I feel the same way.
No,
I'm sorry.
we're leaning a lot into him. Like we're talking about we need Shamit right now, and that's without an injury. So like if you're building into this to this lineup that we can sustain an injury,
Let me ask you a question, Rich, before you push too further.
he's as
You saying
important.
that no, because of his shooting, because of what he averages and all that stuff like that? That's the question I'm having right now.
Okay, so if you get an injury anywhere in the backcourt, this roster is cooked. Anywhere in the backcourt. If Deuce is missing, what do you do then? Or eh, Landry Shamit,
But
he's like
Fritz, the
built
calculator
into.
guys told us in June. In June, the calculator guys told us this was the plan all along. Remember? I was like, yo, why don't you just draft Ryan Dunn and Pacom Dadier?
Oh,
Right?
we didn't even know what was going on right then.
That was the point. What I'm saying is a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, is what I'm saying.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was my whole point. The reason why I keep bringing it up. And
Mhm.
now we're hoping that Landry Shamet coming off a shoulder injury could
He,
help us weather the storm, so to speak, in terms of
he
injury.
has to. He has to.
He can't,
As
bro.
constructed, as
Hold on a second,
constructed. He,
bro. Now you talking about the plan versus the reality of your personnel.
yeah,
You
no,
understand what I'm saying?
I'm not going against Freezy. I'm agreeing with Freezy. Like they're
That's
the
all.
way they built it as if Shamit is an integral piece of the Knicks. Because if an injury happens, Landry Shamit is in prime time. Like if any injury happens, McCallum misses time, Shamit is key. Deuce misses time, Shamit is key. Uh, Brunson misses time, Shamit is key. So he ain't just an end of the. Just don't look at him as an end of the bench piece, as just
No, no, no.
an addition.
What he showed me in um preseason. No, he showed me that he was like, I knew that was gonna hurt us. I knew that
Mhm.
as soon as it happened, I was like, this effed us up off the money, off the money.
Mhm.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I think I I don't like that he's that integral to the team, but that's the way they built it so far. That's the way they built it.
Crazy. And you know what? Twist me out. Remember you said we needed What's the young man's name from Golden State? The 6'7" combo guard played it.
Livingston. Yeah.
Livingston. That that was our Livingston that got hurt.
Okay.
In hindsight, though,
Yeah. I don't this thing the Landry Shamet signing just reminds me of that road that the Knicks always go down. Right? Like Fritz, were you a Knicks fan when the Knicks had this hype around John Jenkins? You remember John
I
Jenkins,
remember. I
the light
remember
skinned
him.
dude? They brought him in. They put him straight on the roster. He got injured. They sent him down to the G League. He was tearing it up. And they were like, "Nah, man, this dude's gonna be." And we were like, "Man, that's John Jenkins, bro. He done played for 19 teams. I mean, that's John Jenkins. You expect him to come here and then when he got his opportunity, bro, he was just like what he looked like on them other teams."
Mm-hmm.
Well, and there was the other dude. They had him and John Jenkins playing together in Westchester. The other light skinned dude. I forget his name, but he was a bit.
the shot blocker.
No, not Tony Wooten. No, I'm talking about the guard. It was another shooting guard. They played two shooting guards in the backcourt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what's his name?
And
short. Yeah.
And but John Jenkins was a shooter out of Vanderbilt or Purdue, somewhere like that. And then the other dude was a little bit taller, but very slow, bro. Too slow to be a professional athlete. But they had him running point.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were here. I think the year Porzingis was a second year player. I think the second year player. I thought they were going to bring them up, and then come to find out, they're the same player they was in all the other places they went.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, what I would have done, Fritz. Personally, my two signings this offseason would have been Cameron Payne and Buddy Hield. Right? Does that mean missed out on Precious? That means we'd have just missed out on Precious, bro. And I like Precious. But if we're talking about in terms of roster construction, Buddy Hield would have fit this mold of that piece that you're saying. Borderline starter, somebody gets hurt, he can start. You know what I'm saying? Bridges get hurt, Buddy Hield. Bro, you saw Buddy Hield in the playoffs against us last this summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Golden State, they knew what they was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you only had one good game in playoffs now. Stop.
And Fritz know why I like Buddy Hield. I don't know if Fritz. All I'm gonna say is 1805. That's why I like Buddy Hield, right? That's why I like Buddy. So yeah. So, but that's all I got. Everybody, I got a lot of questions to ask the chat and everybody else. The Jacob Toppin thing, I think, was a great point. Maybe we should probably look more into that, but we definitely have to research some stuff with Jacob. Every time I seen this dude play live, bro, and see, it's weird. It's like when you see him live, you're like, man, he ain't nothing. And then you look at his numbers away from that, you're like, okay, he balling in the G League. But every time you see him live, you're like, man, he a face at the mall, bro. He the dude that walked by you at the mall. You like, yeah. And then you look at his numbers at Kentucky, you're like, he did that. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, everybody, I'm going to get out of here to grab something to eat. Blood sugar low. I'm going to go straight in here and fix me a plate of something. Get me something to eat, man. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking with us, man.
Yo, Thank y'all, man. Thank you, Freezy, man. Hey, Fritz. You know I always love your company.